Everybody, and welcome back into another video here on the channel, where today I promised that we'd back to be talking about the missed potential from certain sets from 2022, and today that is the 4+ Mickey and Friends line. Now, do not click off the video. I have some interesting points to bring up here, particularly relating to classic Disney cartoons, and actually these sets are pretty good. Since 2016 we've been having pretty regular Disney minifigures, and I'd say that the Mickey and Friends line, which launched last summer in 2021, is potentially like just our best chance to see more of Mickey and his friends. We've had some lovely outfits and some brilliant sets designed for 4+ sets, and following the LEGO trend, 4+ sets usually have something to entice adults as well. But over the course of the Mickey and Friends line, bearing in mind this is Mickey and Friends, we've had Mickey and 4 friends. We have only ever seen minifigure variants of Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Goofy and Pluto. Speaking of, we've had some unique outfits. They've been very clever not to duplicate over certain outfits. I bring up Goofy here, who only appeared in the Disney Training Station and has remained exclusive despite that set retiring, and much to my annoyance that I can't get the classic Goofy outfit, we have never seen duplicates of him, Mickey, Minnie, Daisy, Donald, and Goofy, because they've been making some really unique and nice minifigures, and it's been really great in that regard. However, the line is called Mickey and Friends, not Mickey and the same 4 people every time. So naturally, I think they've missed a slight opportunity, and that's what we're going to discuss today. So, it's all in that art style. They did these gorgeous box art with these classically drawn figures on here that really remind me of like the 50s stuff or a little bit later, and I think it's such a missed opportunity that they haven't gone to the broader catalogue of animations, especially considering how many of them have been brought back in recent years. And you guys know there's one specific rabbit that I think is missing. However, we're going to go through the sets one by one, talk about what I do like, and then also what I think is missing and where the opportunities come from. And then we'll wrap up with talking about my conspiracy theory behind one of them, before just making my point very clear. Mickey and Friends is a wonderful theme with a lot of missed potential. So, the first thing I want to bring up is, look at this here. Would a child notice what I added here? Even if the character isn't one they understand or recognise, unlike the main iconic 4, would they notice if we snuck somebody in? I snuck a minifigure into this image and I don't see a big difference. It's just an extra cool thing to play with. We'll come back to this castle in a minute, but let's start at the beginning of the line back last year. And last year's wave was slightly stronger, and I was willing to forgive it because it had some more useful things. However, this year's reeks of missed potential, but in the essence of the theme, we'll do a full retrospect while we're here. So last year started off with Mickey's plane, and this was a wonderful little set for $9.99. We've got a wonderful Mickey minifigure, the introduction of all of the unique aspects of the 4+ theme, and while the plane was of course overly simplified, we have wonderful prints on the rings, a great colour scheme, and something that does very feel like a good Disney cartoon. We also got this nice like air pump and this beautiful Mickey tile, which I do absolutely adore. The thing about this set, of course, was the classic aviator Mickey, which of course reminds me of one of the cartoons back from the black and white days where he flew the plane, and I just get all these memories back to playing Epic Mickey and then watching the old cartoons and just in general, and seeing Mickey in these outfits here is just so special, and of course I love it. It's just their choice of outfits. This one, and a lot of the ones actually I give pass to because they're unique, like in situ, like the aviator and the firefighter, and also because they were very close to costumes that did appear in Epic Mickey and in cartoons. This does feel just like a modern retelling of a cartoon outfit, which is exactly what I want. That's what I'm getting at. Mickey and Friends is a 4+ line that needs to be recognisable for kids, but how do you entice the adults in? By giving us unique variants of Mickey, Minnie, Daisy, Donald, and other characters that then link back into some of our nostalgia for these guys, and what either we grew up with or what we associate with as traditional Mickey, a lot like with Steamboat Willie, right? If they'd included like Steamboat Mickey in one of these sets, that would have been a big draw for adults, but obviously they did the special set. I'm just saying, if the set never existed, this is the time to give us these special Mickey variants, which not only appeal to children, but then draw adults in for their attachments to the cartoons. And the next set was Minnie, I should say, and Daisy's beach thing, and this was a pretty bad one. This is probably the weakest out of all the Mickey and Friends sets to date. The most redeeming quality is that yellow dress outfit for Minnie, which was, I think, one of the more modern ones she's worn, but just getting her other outfits that I do see as Minnie and iconic is great. The car sucks. 2014 Duplo, or Junior's car, I should say. The weird stall, I don't get. However, that pink bow on the top was rather cool. It does remind me of like the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse show and stuff like that from when I was much younger. However, I do like the yellow dress outfit. That's about it though for this one. Next up, we had Mickey and Minnie in Space, which is another one that I have. I actually own this set. I think the alien's really cute and definitely feels classic Disney. Everything about this does feel very Mickey cartoon. Like, the synergy is there. And I know a lot of you can't pick up on stuff when I say it like that, but that alien is just perfect for Disney cartoon. You've also got Mickey and Minnie as well, and they're in their space outfits. And while I don't attribute those to any specific cartoons, they have this design element that sort of reminds me of Tomorrowland, like not the movie or anything, but like just this aesthetic for like future world at Disney. And it is just another cool, useful thing for Mickey and Minnie. It's exactly what I wanted, right? Obviously not tying into that nostalgia, but great for 4-year-olds, and the rocket looks great as well. Next up, though, so all of these sets so far, they're just fine. There's nothing special. There's no opportunities. They're very generic for 4+. Same here with the farm. No missed opportunities, perhaps outside of including Pete. He might have fitted quite well on a farm set like this, but overall, including a new horse colour, the sheep was a great idea, and I do love Donald's little plaid shirt. He's awesome. The barn build is simple, nothing to write home about, but there's stuff going on here. Not enough, by far, not enough for the price tag, but that's always the same with Junior sets. Overall, Mickey and Donald here look really, really adorable. The minifigures are always the standout here. They just look spectacular. And the only reason I'm not drawing more attention to the sheep is because of the new wool element introduced this year. But overall, another fine Mickey and Friends set that serves its purpose fine. These are 4+ sets first. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you could always entice us on the side. And that is becoming apparently clear with the next set. And this was Mickey and Minnie's Fire Brigade, which included Goofy even, and Pluto. Pluto for the first time. This is what I mean. Including Pluto is not only good for the kids, but also drew hundreds of adults to this set, for getting the first ever Lego Pluto. And this was the cheapest set he came in. However, it is by far outshadowed by everything apart from that Mickey figure. Mickey with the fire hat and in a fire outfit. It just takes me back. That's exactly what I wanted. It reminds me of the Epic Mickey game and the cartoons and just everything in between. It's the kind of outfits that I wanted from him. And yeah, it's not the perfect nostalgia rip for the sake of what Mickey looked like in that game. We also got Goofy. This was Goofy's return as well in the non-Goofy outfit with the stained apron, which was weird. But I guess it's nice to have him back. That's the most important thing. And the reason I love this one in particular is because of the Fire Brigade cartoon. So this was a black and white one originally, and then I believe there was a coloured remake with Donald and Goofy in it, so it makes sense having Goofy here. However, what I associate with this cartoon is Mickey's fire engine being pulled by Horace Horsecollar, that's his name. And he was like another character that then made a reappearance in Epic Mickey game, as you can say, definitely tied to my childhood and my nostalgia. And in that Epic Mickey 2 as well, you're able to get a costume for Mickey, which was like a Fire Brigade costume, hence why I love the fire outfits for Mickey in this set, because you could put the fire hat on the classic Mickey outfit and it would just look so perfect. I'm just in love with the idea of having Fire Brigade Mickey here, and it really opened my possibilities to what the other sets in the future could include from this line, which is an opportunity they haven't taken advantage of. However, would this set have been significantly worse or more confusing to 4-year-olds if they'd included Horace Horsecollar? I guarantee he has a cult following out there for adults, and including him in a set like this would have just made so many people's days, and it would have added very, very little to the set, right? It's already overpriced. Add an extra minifigure. You could even do him in his black and white appearance. You don't have to redesign him. He's had plenty of coloured versions though as well. And it would have just been a nice Disney nod. It's Mickey and Friends, and they're in this art style of like just when they turned to colour, just like when Horace was still around and not forgotten. And oh, it would have been perfect to see him included here. Just missed opportunities all around for very little extra effort. Then this year, we saw the wave start off with Mickey and Minnie's camper van, which is pretty meh, if I'm honest. Pluto coming back in a cheaper set was great. Minnie's outfit and the recolouring of her bow into yellow, and actually even Mickey's outfit, they're great. I think If this was in the first wave, I would have given this a pass because it was just generic civilian stuff for Mickey and Minnie that gets them in new outfits and out there to kids. But because this was the second wave, I was expecting slightly more. I think my expectations were slightly higher. And don't get me wrong, I do love their outfits, but it's no longer enough to satiate me when I can think of all of the other missed opportunities that this theme has had. So overall, nice build. Again, the camper van is just so Mickey. It's just the perfect shape, and it's wonderful. It's a wonderful shape. I mean, it really does remind me of the classic cartoons. So that was really good to see. However, then we had the Fairground set, which gave us our second best Goofy variant. Still would have preferred to see the train one back, but then again, I understand. There's a lot of colour here, a lot of wonderful stuff. It definitely feels like a Mickey thing, feels like a Disney World thing. Minnie's outfit, again, pretty good. Mickey's outfit, the standout, because it reminds me of like the clubhouse and the MICKEAYMOUSE. It looks like a club jacket. It's cool. It's like high school Mickey, like cool Mickey. And I really like that outfit. I think that's great. And the builds are fine. It's 4+. It's good. Just it would have benefited from like one exclusive minifigure. There are so many in the Disney back catalogue that they could pick from. Like I said, Pete earlier, right? What if he was just like the ride attendant? Or if he was just like here chilling with them? Or any of the other obscure ones, or Tina, Oswald, so many opportunities. But it was the next set where, when I heard the rumours of Mickey Castle in 4+, I was expecting a set like this. But they were teasing us here, weren't they? I mean, come on, they were teasing us. Let's start. I had so much going through my head when this one was revealed. Castle set, that means Mickey and magic. The perfect choice here would have been Sorcerer Mickey. It's a really, really iconic variant of Mickey, even to kids. It appears in all the parks, it's a minifigure we've never gotten, and it fits with the fantasy theme. They're never gonna do a Fantasia set, I understand that. But this was their opportunity to do this cool 4+ set for the 4-year-olds, and then give us on the adults on the side just this little extra thing, and it would have been wonderful to just see Sorcerer Mickey up in that tower there. And it's not like it would have unbalanced the set either. If we take a look at what we did get, we got this amazing like classic Disney style dragon. This one looks fantastic. It even looks like the Castle of Illusion dragon from that game if you ever played it. But it's just that face print and the shaping is adorable. It's so Disney. Can I say it enough, right? It just is. I can't explain it. It just, you look at that and go, that is a Disney dragon, and it isn't even based off anything. But I'm beyond happy with that inclusion. Looks great. Looks like a classically animated dragon. I am also very pleased with Donald's Jester outfit. That's fantastic. Minnie as a knight looks great as well. That was a great decision. Daisy and Mickey though. Right. So Mickey should not have been the knight. I like that we got him as a knight because I love that headpiece. That headpiece looks really cool and takes me back to the Oh What a Knight cartoon, which we'll come back to in a minute, and all the other times Mickey's dressed up. But why was Daisy a fairy? Why was she like a magic wizard? We have Tinkerbell for that. Like, she should have been the queen. Like, we should have had, which I suppose you could say she is. She almost looks like a queen. It's just the skirt piece is really weird. I just think they should have gone like full out, given her like a dress piece or something, and just made her the queen of the castle, have Minnie be her knight and give her the little helmet piece, or even leave her as she is. She's fine. Donald as a jester, great choice, 100%. But Mickey should have been Sorcerer Mickey. Although that knight helmet's really cool. Mickey should have been Sorcerer Mickey, and they should have included a 5th figure. Who was it? It should have been Oswald from the Oh What a Knight cartoon, one of his most iconic appearances, giving us Oswald in minifigure form, which is one of our only chances we'd ever have to get him, and it would have been the perfect chance. I knew it was a long shot, right? I really did. I knew it wasn't going to happen. I knew that it was off the table because he's not in the zeitgeist. But this isn't like, they haven't done stuff like this before, and the art style was pointing towards it, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But this would have been his set, especially with that dragon and like the way the castle's set up. It would have been perfect to have, even if Mickey was still a knight, have Oswald as a knight, or just Oswald as a civilian, just so that we didn't have to have a modified headpiece. He would have been the perfect inclusion for here. besides one, of course, that was Sorcerer Mickey. Sorcerer Mickey here would have been the perfect inclusion because it makes sense with the fantasy theme, and we're missing a wizard, especially if Daisy was then a queen. So that would have been my dream figure lineup. Minnie is a knight, Donald's a jester, Daisy is the queen, Mickey is Sorcerer Mickey, and adding Oswald. And then I can't back away from it. Having Mickey as a knight also does bring me back to the epic Mickey costumes. There's nothing I can do about that. And actually, there's another option as well, while we're talking about that. We have Oswald down the bottom right, who was in A Castle Shore, Oh What a Night. Fantasia Mickey, we talked at length about them. Brave Little Tailor, another incredibly iconic cartoon. If you didn't want to do Fantasia Mickey, and you wanted to have him as a knight, you should have had him as this. The Brave Little Tailor outfit that sort of looks like Robin Hood, because that fits even better and adds even more diversity to that lineup. So that's 3 options. Keep Mickey as a knight, sure. Put Mickey as Sorcerer Mickey, even better. Or have Mickey in his iconic Brave Little Tailor outfit, and then you'd have Minnie as the knight, and they'd complement each other, and you'd have like the 4 factions, right? You'd have your King, Queen in Daisy, you'd have your Jester, you'd have your Knight, and you'd have your Forestman. And it would have been perfect. You see what I mean? This set, as a Disney fan, it just misses so many opportunities, and so many that we're never going to have a chance to get. Because now it just makes me want Disney Series 3 just to be a Mickey variant series and just include Sorcerer Mickey. When else are we going to get him? He's so iconic. Anyway, I hope you can understand this set missed potential. I suppose I should wrap up. We did get a lot of very nice variants. As I mentioned, Aviator Mickey, Farmer Mickey, and Firefighter Mickey are all standouts, as well as Yellow Dress Mickey, and then some of the stuff in the new wave. I do have to admit that I do like the Night Mickey, and Night Minnie, and specifically Jester Donald as well. And Casual Cool Club Mickey from the Fairground set. But I do also want to reiterate that this is not out of the question. This is something that should have been discussed in the boardroom and implemented, because in 4+ sets like the Toy Story ones, and in the Spider-Man No Far From Home one that released last year, they included exclusive figures, or at least exclusive at the time figures, to draw adults into 4+ sets. They put a Loki in a £60 Thor set, Avengers Tower, and that was 4+. And they are there because 1, kid collectors want them, but 2, it makes adults buy the sets that aren't aimed at them. I would have bought, if the 3 sets that we've talked about today, if the Firehouse had come with Horace and the Fire Mickey, if the farm had come with Pete, if the castle had come with Oswald and Sorcerer Mickey, or even the Brave Little Tailor advert, I would have bought all 3 of them, even though they're overpriced and 4+ and not the best builds in the world. But I cannot express to you how much it would have. It's not out of the question. This isn't like me making a crazy jump and expecting Lego to do something like really, really dumb and out the moon. This should have been on their radar, and it should have been something that was done, and people would have eaten it up, and they would have had more sales. But I accept that this is a thing of the past. This is their missed potential, and this is the pain that I have to live with, knowing that I will never get any of my Mickey variants. So really, yeah, there are some missing characters. There are Oswald's my personal standout. I know he's not popular. Sorcerer Mickey is perhaps the most egregious miss out of any set in the last 2 years, at least to me, because I'm not a Star Wars fan. I am, but I'm not a big Star Wars fan, so I don't care the fact that Cody was excluded from Grievous' Starfighter and stuff like that. But to me, as a Disney fan, Sorcerer Mickey is the most egregious miss out of the last 2 years. He wasn't in Disney Castle, and that hurt. He wasn't in any of the other sets. I mean, there wasn't a set for him. He wasn't in the small Disney Castle last year. That could have been a cool inclusion for him. And he wasn't in this set, the castle set. It was his one chance. And then there's other obscure characters. People talk about Pete being missing all the time. There is so many characters in like the modern Disney shows that they should just be using for Mickey and Friends. And you know why it hurts? Because of this art style. It's the right art style. They're the same art style. Why are we just getting these 5? And actually, let's bring that up while we're here. Why haven't we got these variants? Where's Blue Top Daisy? Where's Red Shirt Goofy with the yellow hat? Where's Blue Dress Mickey? I realised they wouldn't do the black top version of her again, because that would be considered as a naked mouse. But I'd settle for Blue Dress Minnie with the red hat. That would be very, very cool. That version of Daisy with the blue shirt and the red bow. Pluto with a red collar. They're advertising these on the box and we're missing them, which just makes it hurt even more, because someone in marketing has looked back at these old images of these characters and seen all these cool variants and characters and said, Mickey has more friends. He's not a social pariah. He has many friends. Please give me their friends, Lego. And then there's this. This makes it sting so much more. The new Mickey and Dot sets are really, really cool. And then, do you see it? Do you see what I'm looking at? Please tell me I'm not going crazy. That's him, right? Yeah, the ears are the wrong shape. Doesn't matter. That's him. He's him, right? Am I going crazy? Did someone design that and not think of Oswald? Is that supposed to be Mickey with the ears off to the side, just like the image of Oswald, and with the blue just beneath it? Please somebody tell me that I'm not going crazy and that someone else sees that. They included Oswald in a set, but not as a minifigure. Please, the missed potential, it's killing me. Oh. And yeah, no, this is wonderful, but this would be better. And that's going to do it for today. I hope someone made it to the end listening to me scream internally. There's been a lot of highs for the 2022 product lineup, and then there's been a lot of missed potential, and it's my aim over the next 4 months to cover it at least as much as possible, and that's a very positive but emotive discussion. I hope that today didn't come across as a trashing of the theme, because I actually really love the Mickey and Friends theme. It's perfect for 4-year-olds. I just wish it was perfect for adults too. And every negative should be countered with a positive, because at the end of the day, someone did put effort into designing these, and I appreciate you guys for making these exist, if any designers are watching. So, if you are watching, have a think about including Sorcerer Mickey or Oswald. It would make my year. Pretty please. And let me know what you think of the Mickey and Friends line, as well as which Mickey and his friends are missing, as well as which of your costumes for Mickey is the favourite. Everyone has a favourite of these. They're so wacky and colourful and lovely. And in the meantime, I will see you next time. I better get my Oswald soon.